Hello students, I Aarti ma'am welcome you all to yet another session of English online class dated 14 October 2020. We are taking a chapter from Snapshot book. The chapter name is The Address. We will take up the question answers and NCERT question answers along with some extra question answers, and I will tell you the important questions answers which have already repeatedly come in the exam. So let us start the session. Let us start the session with question number 1. Have you come back? Said the woman. I thought that no one had come back. Does this statement give some clue about the story? If yes, what is it? Answer. Yes, this statement gives some clue about the story. During the early part of the war, Mrs. Darling has shifted the important belongings of her acquaintance, Mrs. S., from her house to 46 Macaroni Street. These include table silverwares, antique plates, and other nice things such as iron, Hanukkah. It is Hanukkah. Iron, Hanukkah, 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 candle holders, wooden tablecloth, and green knitted cardigan with wooden buttons. Since Mrs. S. has died during the war, Mrs. Darling did not expect anyone to come back and claim her costly belongings, as she thought no one else knew her address. The statements indicate the greedy and possessive nature of Mrs. Darling. She did not open the door to the daughter of her former acquaintance, nor did she show any sign of recognition. She did not let the girl in and she refuses to see her, then saying it is not convenient for her to do. The narrator has gone to this address with a specific purpose: to see her mother's belongings. Even when she told Mrs. Darling that only she had come back, the woman with the broad back did not soften a bit. Thus, the clash of interest is hinted by the aforesaid statement. Question number 2. The story is divided into pre-war and post-war times. What hardship do you think this girl underwent during these times? Question number 1 and question number 2 are the utmost important questions. They have already come in KVS 2007. Okay. Now let us discuss the answer for question number 2. Start with the answer. During the pre-war times, the narrator lived in some other city far away from the home, and she visited her mother only for a few days. During the first half of the war, the narrator's mother was always afraid that they might have to leave the place and lose all valuable belongings. The narrator lived in the city in a small rented room. Its windows were covered with black paper. She could not see the beauty of nature outside her room. The threat of death loomed large. After the liberation, everything became normal again. Bread was getting to be a lighter color. She could sleep in her bed without any fear of death. She could glance over the window of her room each day. One day she was eager to see all the possessions of her mother, which she knew were stored at number 46 Macaroni Street. She went to the address. She felt disappointed when Mrs. Darling never recognized her or not let her in. She asked her to come again someday. It was evident she wanted to put her off. She was eager to see, touch, and remember her mother's possessions, so she had to take the trouble of visiting the place again. Question number 3. Why did the narrator of the story want to forget the address? Answer. The narrator remembered the address her mother had told her once, only once. It was number 46 Macaroni Street. Her mother's acquaintance, Mrs. Darling, lived there. She had stored the valuable belongings of the narrator's mother there. After her mother's death, the narrator has an urge to visit the place. She wanted to see those things, touch them, and remember. She went to give address twice. She was successful in her second attempt to enter the living room. She found herself in the midst of the things she wanted to see again. She felt oppressed in the strange atmosphere. Everything was arranged in a tasteless manner. The ugly furniture and the muggy smell that hung there seems quite unpleasant. These objects evoked the memory of the familiar life of former time, but they had lost their value since they had been separated from her mother and stored in a strange surrounding. She no longer wanted to see, touch, or remember these belongings. She resolved to forget the address. She wanted to leave the past behind and decided to move on. Question number 4. The address is the story of human predicament that follows war. Comment. We have to comment on this. Answer. The war creates many difficult and unpleasant situations for human beings. Sometimes it becomes difficult to know what to do. The human predicament that follows war is amply illustrated through the experience of the narrator. The war has caused many physical difficulties as well as emotional sufferings to her. She had lost her dear mother. She went to 46 Macaroni Street to see her mother's valuable possessions. How greedy and callous human beings can become is exemplified by behavior of Mrs. Darling. She had stored all the valuable belongings of the narrator's mother, but she refused to recognize the narrator. She did not even let her in. The presence of her mother's possession in strange atmosphere pained her. Now these valuables has lost all their importance for her as they had been separated from her mother. She could get no solace or comfort from them. Now let us start with the short answer question. Question number 1. How did Mrs. Dollins react to the narrator said Mrs. S. daughter when she recognized that the narrator was a girl who was a daughter of Mrs. S? What was her reaction? Answer. Mrs. Darling held her hand on the door as if she wanted to prevent it opening any further. Her face showed no sign of recognition. She kept staring at the narrator without uttering a word. Question number 2. What 2 reasons did the narrator give to explain that she was mistaken? Answer. She thought that perhaps the woman was not Mrs. Darling. She had seen her only once, for a very brief interval, and that too years ago. Secondly, it was probably that she had rung the wrong bell. Question number 3. How did the narrator conclude that she was right? Answer. Woman was wearing the green knitted cardigan of the narrator's mother. The wooden buttons were rather pale from washing. She saw that narrator was looking at the cardigan. She half hid herself again behind the door. Her reaction convinced the narrator that she was right. Question number 4. What was the outcome of interview between Mrs. Darling and the narrator? Answer. The interview was a flop. As far as narrator was concerned, Mrs. Darling refused to see her and talk to her in spite of the narrator's repeated requests. Question 5. Who had given the narrator the address, when and under what circumstances? Answer. The narrator's mother had given her the address years ago during the first half of the war. The narrator came home for a few days and missed various things in the room. Then her mother told her about Mrs. Darling and gave her the address. Question number 6. What did the narrator learn about Mrs. Darling from her mother? Answer. Mrs. Darling, as an old acquaintance of the narrator's mother, the latter had not seen her for several years. Then she suddenly turned up and renewed their contact. Every time she left the place, she took something with her: table silver, antique plate, etc. Question number 7. What reasons did Mrs. Darling give for taking away the precious belongings of the narrator's mother? Answer. Mrs. Darling suggested to the narrator's mother that she should store her belongings at the safer place. She wants to save all her nice things. She explained that they would lose everything if they had to leave the place. Why was that so? Because the narrator's mother and narrator was Jewish and Mrs. Darling was not. Question number 8. What impression do you form of narrator's mother on the basis of her conversation with, first, Mrs. Darling, and the second, the narrator? Answer. The narrator's mother was a kind-hearted, generous and liberate lady. She was fond of collecting valuable things. She is more worried about the physical risk to Mrs. Darling than losing them to her. She thought it's an insult to tell her friend to keep those things forever. Did the narrator fee up evidences about the views of her mother's regarding Mrs. Darling's? How do you know? The narrator did not feel convinced about her mother's concern for Mrs. Darling. The latter was keen on removing the precious possessions of the narrator's mother to her house. It seems that the narrator did not like Mrs. Darling's excessive interest in her mother's belongings. It is evident from the question she put to her mother. Question number 10. What does the narrator remember about Mrs. Darling as she saw her for the first time? Mrs. Darling was a woman with a broad back. She wore a brown coat and a shapeless hat. She picked up a heavy suitcase lying under the coat rack and left their house. She lived at number 46 Macaroni Street. That is the information she had of Mrs. Darling. Why did the narrator wait a long time before going to the address number 46 Macaroni Street? This is an important question. Answer. Initially, after the liberation, she was not at all interested in her mother's belongings lying stored there. This is an important question. Important. Okay. Initially, after the liberation, she was not interested in her mother's belongings lying stored there. She was also afraid of being confronted with things that had belonged to her mother, who was now no more. Question number 12. When did the narrator become curious about the mother's possession? Answer. The narrator became curious about her mother's possession on normalcy returning in the post-liberation period. She knew that those things must have been at the address her mother told her. She wants to see them, touch and remember her mother. Question number 13. I was in a room I knew and did not know, said the narrator in the story. The address. What prompted her to make this observation? Listen to the sentence once again. I was in a room I knew and did not know. The answer. The narrator found herself in the midst of things she was familiar with and which she did want to see again and again. However, she found them in a strange atmosphere where everything was arranged in a tasteless way. The ugly furniture and the muggy smell created a feeling that she did not know the room, and the belongingness of her mother is foregone because her mother is no more, and the care which has been taken by her mother towards the belonging is being amiss. Question number 14. I just looked at the still life over the tea table, says the narrator in the story. The address. What does she mean by the still life? What prompted her to make this remark? By the still life, narrator means that things over the tea table, such as tablecloth, teapot, cups, and spoons. The reference to antique box and silver spoons prompted her to make such remark. Question number 15. How was the narrator able to recognize her own familiar wooden tablecloth? Answer. The narrator first stared at the wooden tablecloth. Then she followed the lines of the pattern. She remembered that somewhere there was a burn mark which had not been repaired. At last she found the burn mark on the tablecloth. This helped her to recognize her own familiar article. Question number 16. You only notice when something is missing. What does the speaker exactly mean? What example does she give? Answer. The speaker says that one gets used to touching one's lovely things in the house. One hardly look at them anymore. It is only when something is missing that it is being noticed, either because it is being repaired or it has been lent to somebody else. Question number 17. How did narrator come to know that the cutlery they ate of every day was silver? Answer. Once the narrator mother asked her if she would help her polish the silver. The narrator asked her which silver she meant. Her mother was surprised at her ignorance and replied that it was a spoon, fork and knives, that is cutlery they ate of every day. Question number 18. Why did the narrator suddenly decide to leave? Answer. The narrator has visited 46 Macaroni Street for a specific purpose, that is, to see her mother's belongings and touch them and feel the connection between them. However, these objects seems to have lost their value in strange surroundings and on being served from the life of the former times, because the connection had been broken and things are not what they used to be. Question 19. How did the narrator reconcile herself to the loss of her mother's precious belongings? Answer. The narrator felt that her mother had only lent them for safe custody, and Mrs. Darling, was not to keep everything. On seeing these objects, memory of her former life arose. She found no room for these precious belongings in her present life, so she reconciled to her fate. And one more answer, or one more point that can be written here, is that narrator felt that the belongingness, the connection, was through the memories, and when those things present in the tainted atmosphere and the shape of that belonging, they are not handled in the proper way, so the things are not like that, like in the past. So she doesn't want to take them, and she wants to discontinue the connection between them because her mother was also gone. Question number 20. Of all the things I had to forget, that would be the easiest. It is an important question. It is an important question. I should mark it. This is an important question. Okay. Okay. Now, of all the things I had to forget, that would be the easiest. What does the speaker mean by that? What is its significance in the story? Answer. That here stands for address. The word number 46 Macroni Street, that is the address, reoccurred. There is a spelling mistake here. Reoccurred. ठीक है, this is O. ठीक है, reoccurred throughout the story. The address is important for the narrator as at the beginning of the story. However, at the end of the story, she resolved to forget it, as she wants to break off with the past and move on to the present life into the future, because she knows that there is to have a lingering feeling of the past will always be a hindrance in her future, and she wouldn't be overcome the grievance and the sorrows of the past life. She doesn't want to connect to the losses she has to bear in between the war. Long answer type questions. Question number 1. These are important questions. How did the narrator come to know about Mrs. Darling's and the address where she lived? Answer. Years ago, during the first half of the war, the narrator went home for a few days to see her mother. After staying there a couple of days, she noticed that something or other about the room has changed. She missed various things. Then her mother told her about Mrs. Darling. She was an old acquaintance of her mother. She had suddenly turned up after many years. Now she came here regularly and took something home with every time she came. She suggested that she could save her precious belongings by storing them at her place. Mother told her the address, number 46 Macroni Street. The narrator asked her mother if she had agreed with her that she would keep everything. Her mother did not like that. She thought it would be an insult to do so. She was worried about the risk Mrs. Darling facing carrying the full suitcase or bag. Question number 2. Give a brief account of the narrator's visit to 46 Macroni. First visit. to 46 Macaroni Street. What impression do you form of Mrs. Darling from it? Answer. In the post-war period, when things return to normal, the narrator becomes curious about her mother's possessions that were stored in Mrs. Darling's house. Since she wanted to see them, she took the train and went to 46 Macaroni Street. Mrs. Darling opened the door a chink. The narrator came closer, stood on the step, and asked her if she still knew her. Mrs. Darling told her that she didn't know her. The narrator told her that she was the daughter of Mrs. S. Mrs. Darling kept staring at her in silence and gave a sigh of recognition. She held her hand on the door as if she wanted to prevent it open any further. The narrator recognized the green knitted cardigan of her mother that Mrs. Darling was wearing. Mrs. Darling noticed it and half hid herself behind the door. The narrator again asked if she knew her mother. Mrs. Darling asked with surprise if she had come back. She declined to see narrators to help her. So this was all the question and extra questions which are to be done in this chapter. So now we have concluded the chapter, the address, summary along with the difficult words and their meanings, and now we have completed the extra questions and NCERT questions also.